All right, Zero, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. We'll get started here in a few minutes. We'll give people a couple minutes to come in. We'll do what we do every week. We talk about shake and bake, talk about the future. We got some future now. We got some serious future. Serious future coming. And then we'll get into the chat, answer questions, and like I said, hopefully you guys will keep me going for an hour like you usually do. We're usually pretty good at keeping things going for an hour. So if you see me looking back, I'm looking at the dogs, seeing what they're doing. They keep opening the door. Oh man, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I'm glad, I either motivated you, inspired you, but just be careful. Mac, we in the Secret Squirrel Club. I'm gonna allude to some possible future things, but I'm not gonna say anything yet until we 100% know for a fact it's gonna happen. But Zero, just be careful with your build. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, and you're not going to the point where you're out of a vehicle when stuff starts when stuff starts to happen, when you start building too far, too much power, and then you get these consistent things, or not consistent, but onesie twosies that are always happening. Take a look at my last video when we put the all I went to start to do was put on a shock and zip tie some wires up, and the next thing you know, we're having to replace the fuse to the power line for my fuel pumps, because it heated up, short circuited, got some water on it, something happened to it. But it had to be fixed. Mike was kind enough to go ahead and fix it and square it away for me. And, we're back on the track. But if you don't have that kind of support, just be careful how far you go with your build. Elijah, what better for 6.1 Hemi 426 stroke Whipple Hellcat blower? Pro Charger or turbo? It really depends on what you want to do with the car. And again, be careful what you ask for, because when you start going down this modification road, you can wind up having issues if you try and go too far, kind of like me. But if you're going to stay naturally aspirated, I'd definitely go 426. 426 makes an excellent NA car. Stroking these things out to 426 and then adding a blower, what has to do with the angles of your rods. Doing that puts it at a bad angle for when it comes to boost. Now, I know there's plenty of people out there boosting 426s. I know what you're going to say. But if you're going to go boost Elijah One, I would go probably in the 411 range instead of stroking it out to 426. And now, Whipple Hellcat Pro Charger Turbo. Now, this is all in how you want your car to feel. If you want your car to, if you want that, I call it the Hellcat experience, where it's super snappy, the power kicks in immediately, and you don't have any lag at all, go with a Whipple or a Hellcat blower. A lot of people are going with Hellcat blowers. They make a lot of power. They're good blowers, as long as you don't get one of the, I think it's 15, 16, and 17. They were having a lot of issues with the Hellcat blowers. So I would get a 18 and later model Hellcat blower if you can find it. I mean, you can go with a Whipple. Whipple's been having their problems too, so be careful going Whipple. But Whipple, Magnuson, Hellcat blower, Edelbrock, all of those are going to give you that Hellcat experience. When you step on the gas, you're going to hear the whine. You're going to hear, you're gonna wind up rolling and blowing off some tires for sure. Procharger, Vortec, Rip superchargers, which I think is actually a Vortec with Rip's name on it, but any of them centrifugal blowers, you're going to have a tad bit of a lag. Your power band is going to move up in the RPM range. So mine is around that 3,000 to 3,500 range when you start to feel the power come in. So really, you can drive around stock all day long and car will feel just normal until you get into that 3,000, 3,500 RPM range, and then you start to feel the Procharger kick in. A little bit same as the turbos, right? You can drive around as the car is stock. You don't have to worry about the boost kicking in immediately, all that torque kicking in immediately. Driving around stock, and when you put your foot in it, that's when the turbos kick in. So it's really all in how you want the car to feel. Are you tracking it more than you're street driving it? Now I'm looking down at the bottom, Olajuwon. I see you want top end power turbos. Either one big fat turbo, or I would go with twin turbos. If you want all that top end power. Secret Squirrel Club, you know it, Mac. Zero. Mac, don't say nothing. It's happening. Zero. Definitely. Thoughts on flex fuel kit for scat with long tubes, ported intake, and throttle body? Yeah, the flex fuel kits are nice. They really are. Instead of being straight E85 like I am currently straight E85. I don't have a flex fuel system, so it's either E85 or it's not. Right? I have to use E85. But what's nice about the flex fuel kits, they are getting better. There's more tuners willing to accept flex fuel kits now. So really, for the flex fuel kit, it boils down to your tuner. If he's willing to tune it with a flex fuel kit, hey, more power to you. That's definitely a lot better than either straight 93 or straight E85, because then you can put anything in the car and it'll compensate for it. But yeah, you can definitely go flex fuel kit. Mike, what's up, buddy? Strace car with Strace car problems. If y'all watched that last video, Olajuwon sounds right. Yep. Timothy, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. All right, Olajuwon, I think I answered your question from my opinion. Right, my opinion. I'm not an engine builder. I'm not a tuner. I'm not a race car builder. I'm learning a lot of these things though. But I'm just gonna give you my opinion. Olajuwon, for sure, turbo now. What would you do, single or twin turbos, and why? That's a good question that I am not educated enough to answer. I just know most people go with twin turbos, vice single. Now, I think that has a lot to do with airflow and things like that, but don't quote me on that. But I would go with the majority and go with the twin turbos. Now, there are a few single turbo cars out there, and you can spool them up fairly quickly, but it takes a lot to do that. Mac, getting back to fixing another shop's trash. I hear Stark called them and told them to do what I'm dealing with. He's out to get me. Oh, lordy, that Stark guy. Mike, growing pains, 100%. Like I said, it comes down to strace car stuff, where you want it to be a street car and a race car. You start going way down deep. Be prepared for little things to happen and your car to be in the shop. So just be prepared for it. Mac, turbos come down to engine size, location availability. Both have the ability to be awesome. So there you go, Olajuwon. You can go either way. Yeah. Thanks, Mac. I appreciate you chiming in, buddy. Thanks for digging me out of that hole that I tried not to put myself into. But yeah, so we got some big things coming for Shake and Bake in the somewhat near future. We are getting a built trans. I'm going to hold off on which trans I got until we get it in and run it. But we are getting a built trans, and we have a few little secrets, as Mike says. This, or not Mike, but Mac, the Secret Squirrel Club. We got a few secrets coming, and I'm gonna keep it a secret. No spoilers this time. I'm gonna keep it a secret, just because it's pretty big. It's pretty big, and you'll know it when we get it done. It's a game changer. Lodge 10, you guys are both welcome. Hey, that's why we do this chat, and I'm glad, I got Mac and Hugh, and I got a lot of my IG buddies that usually chime in, Mopar Mike, Ant, Three Pedal J. I get these guys in here that really know what they're doing and can give you a lot more educated answer than what I can give you, because I am slowly but surely getting more and more educated and more rounded in a broader scope of things than just my myopic view of the Pro Charger world. So we're all learning at the same time, and that's why I do the chat. It's really for all of us to learn. No, Mac, I'm not trying to give my credit for the club. This is a Mac, Dave, and Don Secret Squirrel Club. But yes, secret things are coming. Hugh, if you go with a single turbo, would you be able to pass emissions in Maryland? That's a good question. I am unsure. For the most part, the basic view is, as long as you don't have any check engine lights when you pull up to the plug-in part, plug that bad boy in, let it run, and you're good to go. I don't know of anyone that has an aftermarket single turbo on their car that does emissions. But I think, like I said, as long as you don't have any CELs and you pull up, plug in, you should be good to go. Jay, what's going on, buddy? Alex, I see you in here too. Mac, I'm doing a huge single and a charger in the near future, something that hasn't been seen before. I'm making something cool that I'll allow Don to post if he'd like, since I don't post on YouTube much. All right, I may do that, Mac. I may take you up on that, because I am going to be down probably for a couple weeks waiting on the transmission. Hugh, would you consider adding nitrous to the Pro Charger instead of a turbo? I've steadily been thinking about pouring on the nitrous, but I knew the trans was on its way, and then this weekend at America versus the World, it really showed its true colors, and that, yeah, it's hurt. So that's why we're getting the upgraded trans, getting it done, get her done before Rocky Mountain Race Week in June. So yes, nitrous is still an option. We'll see. We'll see after we get the built trans. I want to see how it runs currently, where we're at with the power we have, and the kind of goals we have for the car. 9.5 is kind of a goal-ish. I think we can get there, just because of what I ran. I ran at America versus the World short shifting. Spoiler, I ran a 9.9 short shifting to get the car to shift, and ran a 9.9. So I think 9.5 is definitely possible with a solid transmission. But yes, nitrous is still in the back of my mind. Just haven't had the opportunity to take advantage of it yet. Mac, but you'll see the way it can be done. It's just not simple or cost effective for everyone. Yeah, that's the thing with kind of turbos, right? And you get these one-off builds. It gets expensive when it comes to fabrication and stuff like that. Fabrication and time. Again, time, money, time, and patience. Those are the three things you need. If you don't have one of those three legs, it's gonna fall over. Nothing's cost effective with our platform, that's for sure, Jay. Yeah, well, I'm OCD and it's not cost effective to play with my ideas over some of the basic twin stuff available is what I mean. But it'll be amazing and work crazy well. I know, Mac, you got a lot of stuff turning in that brain of yours. And it always always seems to work out. Upgraded 90. I know Mike is going to scream turbo. They've actually been pretty good when I said I'm going to an upgraded 90 in the chat. they've been pretty calm about that. So don't get them started, Timothy. Don't get them started. Mac, we're going 9.2/3 with the current setup. Still ain't sprayed on it yet. I'll be doing that for sure. That's what Hugh was getting at, Mac. We're gonna, if the trans holds up with the current setup, we're gonna move to possibly giving it some spray out of the hole, but we'll talk about that later in the future. Jay's going down to the shop tomorrow, bringing the valve cover. I'll hold my breath. I'm ready to check out. Spray all the way. Spray all the way. That's what we do. Y'all know the deal. That's what we do. But yeah, that's the future of Shake and Bake. She's going to be down for probably a couple weeks. And we'll figure out some kind of content to make to try and keep things going, keep the channel up a bit. But we'll see what happens, how fast we get the trans back. Hopefully we get it back into time to do some testing before Rocky Mountain Race Week. If not, we'll do it during Rocky Mountain Race Week. It is what it is. But yeah, super excited for Rocky Mountain Race Week, and that's part of the reason I went with the trans builder I went with is they guaranteed me they would have it in time for me to do some testing. So we'll see what happens with that. But showcase some local / friends builds. That's not a bad idea, Timothy. Not a bad idea. I've done that in the past. Yeah, we'll have to try and figure something out to do. Maybe do a couple extra lives a week. Maybe have some special guests like Mac or Jay or Wide Body Mike, or maybe even Q, get you on the channel. I'll have to make a new background to get two of us in here again, and hopefully we don't get the same freaking feedback or echo that I've gotten in the past. But yeah, we'll see about what we can do. All right, night, Mac, man. We'll talk to you later, buddy. Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. All right, you guys are slowing down on me. You only got me going 15 minutes now. 15 minutes. But yeah, so just a little bit about America versus the world. It was a great event. It was the first time that Stang Mode and Mod to Fame put on an event together. This is their first major, I'll say major track event, where it was physically at a track, not at Sometimes Mod Fame would have some of those things at the airport and stuff like that. Kind of a smaller group, where this wasn't a super large group, but it was larger. I think it was larger than his normal stuff at the airport. But it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of cars out there, a lot of nice cars out there. There was a few fast cars out there. There was several demons out there. Demon 170s. There was three Demon 170s out there, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, a lot of Hellcats, some Scat Packs. I didn't see many RTs 5.7s out there other than me. Mod Fame's brother and his RT was there, but he didn't race. I think I might have been the only 5.7 racing, if I'm not mistaken. Jay, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, definitely an awesome event, and I hope they do that again sometime in the future, because it was really nice. Capital and their crew did a great job of getting people in, getting people settled. They did a great job with the track, keeping it prepped, keeping it sticky. They did a great job helping lining people up from all the way from the staging lanes into the water box, and getting people staged up at the line. They did a really good job. Terrace and his team, hats off to you guys. It was really, really a good, all around good event. Now, it didn't come without its snafus, right? It's, again, the first time they've done this, so there was a few snafus here and there. You take them in stride and you move on, and you have a great time. But it was really, really had a great time. I had fun. Alex was excited to see Jay's car. Let me go back up here. Tim, how far are you from swapping into a 411 392? I don't know if you're talking to me or Jay, but I don't plan on going. I don't plan on stroking the car out at all at any time soon, if at all, if ever. I don't foresee me doing that. Now, I think Jay is looking at doing one here soon. But for me, I'm staying 5.7 right now. Re-editing your video now. No, Jay, I liked your video. I watched it. I didn't comment, but I was watching it on the TV, so I don't have the opportunity to comment. But I need to get on there and comment. Hugh, I'll be a guest if that helps, since I'm a Ford guy. You can call the short the other guys, or the cheap to pay the Mopar tax guys. That's pretty good, Hugh. I like that. So Alex saw he spun a bearing. It's the way if you can get there early on. Yeah. So Jay's asking if Alex was there. No, Alex wasn't there. He just watched the video. Yeah, I should have probably stuck around a little bit longer until they did give out the trophies and stuff. I probably could have done that, but had some things I had to take care of. Yeah, Jay and I had a little buddy. He was gonna use my old engine, but it was just it was too close to the race, and I get it, Jay. I know you didn't want to rush things, because things happen when you rush things. You tend to miss things, and then even more things happen. So I was all down for letting you do what you wanted to do. You had the motor, you could have done it, but I'm kind of glad you didn't, because you know the deal. You even said it yourself. Rushing is not a good thing, especially in this business. Bruce, what's up, buddy? Thanks for chiming in, man. I appreciate it. right, you guys got me 22 minutes now. We got 38 more minutes to go. Thanks, Bruce. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. You know me, I'm just trying to help people, get through their builds without making the same mistakes I did, and hopefully save you some money while you're doing your build. Jay, did you get an appointment set up for the trans? I missed if you said anything about that. So I do. So I just don't know when I'm dropping it off with Stark. So there you go. That gives you a little insight into which way I'm going. Bottom line, that comes down to one of two trans builders, and it may not be the one you think. Just because the one I went with was way more responsive. I hit him up on Facebook Messenger, and literally within 10 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes, they were in the Facebook Messenger with me. So there's another hint. It probably will help you out. The other one I emailed, and you know what? I'm gonna go check my email right now. And I have not got an email back from them. I emailed them early this morning. As a matter of fact, I had Stark email them too. They did get back to him, but I wanted to put my own little spin on things to see what we could do. But I haven't seen anything back from them. So I do have an appointment for the trans. So I'm either dropping the car off tomorrow afternoon or Friday. Yeah, go into the HP90 build stuff. All right, I may do it here in a minute. To my tens of followers, reloading the video from Sunday. All right, I'll go back and watch it again, I promise. Bruce, so needed longer wheel studs, ordered some 1/4 inch longer, and they are threaded to the end. Jeez. Yeah. Once you get into those longer wheel studs, they're a lot harder to put in than the stock ones. Yeah, no problem, Jay. You know, if y'all get me going here in a minute, I may just pop out with who I'm going with. But let's keep with the chat. Since you spend so much time with Stark, should we ask him if he needs a silent partner? I know, right? So he does cut me a break on things, not free, but he does cut me a break on. He does basically cuts me a break on labor. But parts, he doesn't get any discounts on parts for the most part. But yeah, he does give me a little bit of a break on labor, but I still do pay labor. So it's not like free labor. I do pay for labor as well, because Stark's got to make his money, and I get it because he's only he's been in his own business for just over a year now, so he needs all the help he can get. No, I get you, Jay. I mean, I'm gonna have to bust it out there sooner or later. I know the chat is probably like, Jay, you're gonna know who it is now. The chat's probably not gonna be very happy with who I went with, but it is what it is. They were responsive, and they're a good builder, and they've got fast cars of their own, but. Double Tough, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. I made another CH and keep forgetting to check this one. I'll check it out later. You know what? We got Rocky Mountain Race Week to attend. I'm pumped. I'm so pumped and ready to go to Rocky Mountain Race Week. That's going to be good deal. Longer the hub removal. Yep. That's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't gone with longer ones yet. Longer ones yet, because you got to pull the whole hub to get them in there. I'm getting Farling Racing to do it, so there you go. There you go. When it gets to the point where it's outside my comfort zone, I do the same thing, Bruce. I go to the professionals to make it happen. Shake and Bake needs a Shake and Bake sponsor. That'd be great. I would love to have a couple sponsors, but unfortunately, I mean, I'm small peanuts to all these guys. Even the 14,000 subscribers I got now. I'm small peanuts compared to the guys with a couple 100,000, like Demonology and Racer X and all those other guys. Yeah, Jay, we all need a sponsor. That's for sure. You guys are so lucky. The only Dodge tuner here went out of business. Oh God, that's terrible. Tim, Barth is like 3 or 4 hours north of you. That's a hefty drive, man. 3 or 4 hours. But I know the HP tuners, man, they can do remote tuning on a dyno. So if you can just get to a dyno, some of these guys will do remote tuning. So that's also an option. So look out for that. Jay is correct. Stark is a builder, install, maintenance guy. He doesn't do tuning, but he does have a couple guys that do tuning for him. So it can be a one-stop shop if you want it to be. Stark's Performance and Maintenance. So yeah. Jay, I do most of my own work. Using farm workout that I can't do to start. Yep. Bruce, I'm by Harrisburg, Jay. Oh, Harrisburg. Nice. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? 14. Yeah, that's a bit of a misnomer, and I can get into that later on. We can talk about the 14K later and how I got there, Jay. 392 Mopar, what's up, brother? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it, man. Tim, I tell him, man, you don't have to be consistent as in, every Monday, every Wednesday, or every Tuesday, every Thursday, but you have to be consistent in posting, at least in the beginning, 2-3 times a week. I know it's tough. It was tough for me when I first started out, but yeah, you got to pump out in the beginning. You got to pump out videos. You really do. Let's see, people going back and forth. Double tough. At what mileage should I start tuning? I'm at 4K on my 23. You can start anytime you want, but be advised you're taking risk in losing your warranty. You're just at risk losing your warranty as soon as you start tuning your car. So wherever you feel comfortable with, if you're comfortable now in losing your warranty, go ahead and do it. If you want to wait until your 3-year, 36,000 miles is done, you can do that too. Or if you don't have warranty, you can do it now. So it's really all about your comfort in losing any warranty that you may have. But you can start from day one if you want to tune your car. Like I said, it's all about what you're comfortable with doing. 392, yes sir, always. Yepper. When do you want more? I know Jay's answering that question. At what mileage? When do you want the power? That's another one, right? When do you want the power? Bruce, yeah. Is there another Harrisburg? I'm sure there's another Harrisburg somewhere in the States. I'm probably pretty sure of it. But that's awesome. You're not too far from us. You're not too far from us. Harrisburg's what, about 2 hours? 2.5 hours? Also, do you care about warranty? Yep. That's the biggest thing, Double Tough, is how comfortable you are with losing your warranty. 3 vids on deck. There you go, Jay. Like I said, spread them out at least a day or two apart. That way you're not overlapping videos that people are trying to keep up with your channel. So spread them out, like I said, keep a day or two in between. Bruce, what's a warranty? That thing they won't cover anyway, right? Yeah, make a backlog and schedule releases. Yeah, 100%. Facts, Bruce. Bruce says, I'll tune in. Double Tough. Thanks. I'll be tuning in soon. Awesome. Yeah, y'all guys go support Jay. Jay's got a good channel going on. He's got a lot of information. He's really smart on the Hemi platform. He's really smart, especially if you have a stick shift like Bruce. He's got a lot of experience with stick shift cars and the stick shift transmissions and all that stick car stuff. So yeah, go on over, check his channel. He's got a lot of 5.7 content. He's got a lot of great content over there, so go check him out. Have they cracked the 19 plus? As far as I know of, I'm pretty sure they have. Double Tough, do you know if they put new encryption into the 2023 ECUs? Oh, that's a good question. I didn't think about that. Bruce, MIR is as far as Maple Grove. I got you. So that's probably what, a 2.5, 3 hour drive for you to get to MIR. I know, because I'm Bruce. I don't know if you're familiar, but I'm from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, which is more towards the center of Pennsylvania. Really, we're right in the middle. If you know where State College and Williamsport, we're literally right in the middle between State College and Williamsport. Is actually where I was born and raised in the great state of Pennsylvania. In the backwoods. I actually grew up outside of Lock Haven. And Lock Haven's not that huge. It's last I think I looked was like 13,000 people, something like that, maybe. I'd have to go look at the Census Bureau. Let's do that. Let's see how many people live in Lock Haven. 8,583. And that was the 2022 census. So it's even less. People been leaving. Jay, I know you'll send out. I have to send it out to be unlocked. Then have at it. Yep. Maple Grove is hosting No Prep Kings. I'm thinking about going. Yeah, that'd be a cool event to go to. Oh man, it's not all about shake and bake. It's about the group. It's about all of us. It's all of us, man. We all support each other, man. 100%. Bruce, if you can come down to MRR, we'll show you a great time. We definitely will show you a great time. Timothy, Illinois backwoods here. Yeah. Literally, there was like maybe 50 people that lived in the, I'll call it a village outside of Lock Haven, where I live. Place called Farrensville. Bruce, Yep, you're north of me. Uh, yep. Fat Hemi guy, thanks for chiming in, buddy. I appreciate it. What kind of exhaust you recommend for a Cam 5.7 right now? I'm straight pipe and I feel like I'm losing something. Oh, if you're truly straight piped, you're not losing anything. You're probably getting a lot of drone. Um, but you AWE, their exhaust is a little bit deeper than most, to give you a little deeper sound. You got the Borla ATAC, the one that I have, is a little higher pitched, a little more raspier than the AWE. It'll probably be a little raspier than your straight pipe, but you won't get any drone. I can tell you for a fact with Borla ATAC, you will not get any drone, even if you go catless. But like I said, if you're truly straight piped, you're probably not losing any power. You'll probably lose a couple ponies by going to a full catback exhaust. But it really boils down to what you want your exhaust to sound like, and do you want more performance than sound, or do you want more sound and less performance? You want something in the middle. For me, sound 100% Flowmaster. You can't get better sound than those chambered mufflers from Flowmaster. But the problem with that is you're definitely going to lose a few ponies if you go Flowmaster. Then you go straight race exhaust. You're talking about the AWE, the Borla ATAC, the Corsa Extreme. Those, like I said, AWE tends to be a little deeper from what I've heard. And what I've noticed, where Corsa and Borla are a little higher pitched, a little raspier. So it all depends what you want out of the exhaust. Dells, what's happening, buddy? What's going on? I thought I seen you running Rockingham last week, but it was a Burgundy Challenger with Stark's Performance on the side. Yeah, it wasn't me. I did not go to Rockingham. I bowed out of Rockingham just because I knew the trans was having problems at that time. I didn't realize how bad those problems were until I went to America versus the World. So that's what I was saving up for, hoping the trans would be okay with doing America versus the World. But unfortunately, spoiler alert, when I do the video and put it out there, I may try and get it out tomorrow. If I don't, it'll probably be Sunday, because I don't do very good on Friday and Saturdays. I do usually do pretty good on Sundays when I post, so it'll be out. If I don't do it tomorrow night, it'll be more than likely probably be Sunday. I may throw it out. I may throw it out Saturday too. I don't know. We'll see. But be on the lookout when I throw it out there. I'll be down after I get my launches better at South Mountain. All right, Bruce. I look forward to seeing you, buddy. Q3. When is the new P? Yeah, Jay may know. I don't know. Magnaflow, yes, Jay. Back to Fat Guy and a Hemi. I forgot Magnaflow. Magnaflow's got a deep sounding exhaust as well, and it's also, if you get the Mod X one, you can change things around and change the sound and all of that with Magnaflow. So yeah, you can check them out as well. What I would do, even though YouTube and it is not the best place to get sounds, but you do get kind of a sense of the sounds if you do your research on YouTube on those catback exhausts. But like I said, no matter if you do go with a catback exhaust, you may lose a couple ponies, but it's not much. Oh shoot, it's next weekend. Jay, we may have to hook up and go together. Timothy, Fat Hammy, back pressure isn't a thing. Length can matter in the 1%. That's true. Eric, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. You got it, buddy. Love the flex. Bruce, we can help you out with the launch. Yeah, Bruce, come on down, buddy. We'll help you out. Jay will help you out, that's for sure. He with 5.7 biggest restriction. Maybe the exhaust manifolds, they suck. They do. With the 5.7, the exhaust manifolds are terrible. They're the log type, and they're just awful. If you want to stay 100% emissions compliance, you can get the 392 manifolds and slap them on there. But yeah, anything other than the stock 5.7 manifolds will do you justice. Oh, God, that skipped way too far. Bruce, if you can take it, go Outlaw Flowmaster. Always getting compliments from the police. That's another thing you're going to have to worry about, that's for sure. Jay says bingo. All right, Eric's going back to Jay. Appreciate you chiming in, buddy. Yeah, 5.7 log sucks compared to the 6.4 long tubes, 100%. Unless you're turbo, then log is typically easier. That is true. Best bang for the buck is swap 6.1, 6.4 factory headers. Bruce is at the SRT manifold. Yeah, so the 392 manifolds. Yep. Eric, 3-battle J, I'm doing good. Thank you for. Glad you're doing great, Eric. Appreciate it, buddy. Eric's going back to Bruce. Bruce is going back to Eric. Bruce is going back to Tim. Or Eric's going back to Tim. Hugh, all the boiler axle backs are straight through. The only difference between them is the amount of insulation. I like the S-type because it gives the exhaust a deeper sound. Yeah, there you go. I haven't heard a lot of the S-type just on just on YouTube, but long tubes, no cats. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. But if you're in a place where you got emissions, you may have some problems with those no cats. So be careful when you say no cats and you have your name attached to it. Bronski, what's up, buddy? American Racing headers exhausts are awesome too. Oh, that's true. That's another one I forgot. There's so many manufacturers out there. I always forget somebody. But yeah, American Racer headers are also good. there's just so many. I can't keep up with them all. They just keep coming. People just keep coming out with more and more stuff. All right. So we got 12 people in here. I haven't seen, other than Jay, anybody from the chat in here. But they're going to find out sooner or later. I went with simple speed and performance to build my HP90. Like I said, they have some fast cars out there. They got a handful, if not more, Hemis out there in the 8s running their transmissions. And I know I've spoke to a couple people before I did this. I spoke to a couple people in the 8s running his transmissions, and they haven't had any issues. So that's where we're going. And where I'm at in power now, power and torque, I'm way less than all of those guys running those fast times. I'm way less than the times that he's running. Way less power, way less torque. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens. I know, Jay. I know. But like I said, they were the only ones that were super responsive. And I know Smurf Cat runs his transmission too. So like I said, I did check with a couple people before I did that. So that's how I'm going, and we'll play it out and see what happens. He didn't actually give me a date. I said I need it by the middle of June, and he said that's not a problem. So yeah, we'll see. Stark just texted me a minute ago. I think he wants me to drop the car off tomorrow So I'll see what I can do about getting that done. No hate about that, Don. You took advice from local racers. They know more than anyone. Yeah, I mean, people with the transmission, those are the best people to talk to. And I know one person in our chat had a bunch of problems with him and his transmissions, but you can't base everything on one person's experiences, right? So, and I'm sure there are people, that went to Pure and had their problems with Pure. If you remember, and he started off having problems with Pure in the beginning. And I'm sure Southern Hot Rod. I'm sure there's people that have had problems with Southern Hot Rod, right? So you're really taking a chance with whoever you go with. It doesn't matter who you go with and how good they are. There's always sometimes these little things that you run into with no matter who you go with. But yeah, hopefully they can get it to me. Hopefully they can get it to me by the beginning of June so we can get some testing in before Rocky Mountain Race Week. But if not, we'll roll it out to Rocky Mountain Race Week, and because we're going to put a bunch of miles on it. We're going to put a bunch of miles on it out there, that's for sure. Bronski, new trans, some squirt. Do you think it'll break into the 8s? I don't think so. My goal is a 9.5. If we can run a solid 9.5, I would be absolutely ecstatic to get a 9.5. Max thinking 9.2, 9.3s with some spray, which I think probably could be attainable. But what I want to do, you might not have been earlier, what I'm going to do is run the transmission with the setup now, let it get good and broke in, make sure we don't have any issues, and then we'll look at starting to turn things up. Maybe put the smaller pulley on, maybe add some nitrous, and just kind of slowly bring that in to see what happens. Tim, we happen to know a little more than local guys about Sipple. We're heavy in the community. We are. There is some potential for drama. Yep. I feel like our cars are always in the shop at the same time. My car is always in and out of the shop for something. It's always little things, a shock here, a shock there, or I need, something tuned up or something, whatever. Something I'm not capable of doing. It always goes to the shop. But is it worth getting a 2-stage wet shot if you're getting boosted? Yeah, I mean there's no problem going with this 2-stage wet shot. You can again boosted. You can really take advantage of nitrous when you're boosted. But yeah, I would say it's worth it. Someone else may have their other opinion down the ways, but yeah, I think it'd be well worth a 2-stage kit. Thanks, Jay. I knew you would understand. That's just my thinking and my opinion, and you can take it for what it's worth. We're going to get the transmission put in, and we'll get it back, and we'll run it, and we'll see what happens. So we don't have the spray hooked up. I don't have the nozzle into the intake. So yeah, it would take some doing to put nitrous in at this point, but eventually the plan is to possibly put some nitrous in there and spray the house down. Hugh, you bring up a great point, and I think I said this in the past. I would like to run 8s one time only, and call it a day, if we ever get to that point. But yes, I am not trying to skirt safety at all, but when you do run 8s or 150 miles an hour, you trap 150 miles an hour. That's the second part of that equation, which I'm at 145 now, so we're pretty close. You hit 150, you got to have a chute in a cage. Double tough, I'm late. 3-pedal J, I really don't know If they did that, does that mean I won't be able to tune it with that ECU? Yeah, you're gonna have to send it out. Double tough. You're gonna have to send it out and get it unlocked for them to tune it. Bronski, yeah, I'm with you, Hugh, 100%. Two to make it true and pull boost and right on. Bruce, most folks don't run two stages of spray with boost. Spray is used to spool the turbos. That's a good point, Jay. Good point. Double tough, you can't tune until you unlock the ECU. That's true too. Eric, Monored, Hemi. People in the mobile car community want to see someone in the United States to buy back the whole Chrysler Corporation, restart over, and produce V8s again. 100%. I did a video on that. I really think, and this is just my opinion, I have no facts, I have no insider information or anything like that. While we're getting on to, CDJR, I think Tim Kaniskis has something up his sleeve to possibly bring back the V8. That's just my thoughts. No facts, no insider information, just strictly my thoughts, my opinion. So take that for what it's worth. So the boost would kick directly after you get traction, or is it an end game thing? Boost kicks in instantly. Yep. Got the WinMax window, but we'll be changing the CAI when 2650 is in next year. Different length lines. Yep. Shannon, hey Don, do you have any used 1000s for sale? I don't. I sold my what did I have? ID 1050s. I sold them to a friend of mine. Unfortunately I don't, Shannon. Sorry about that. I don't have any injectors. Jay, I know I'm trying to decide whether to go with either Diablo or HP. Double tough. If you're not going to really hardcore race the car, I know Jay's probably gonna point you to HP, but for ease, and if your tuner does do Diablo, Diablo's not a bad deal. Yeah, Jay, are you tuning it or are you paying someone to tune it? If you're paying someone to tune it and you're not doing it yourself, Diablo's the way to go. If you're doing it yourself or you want to get into tuning or tweaking the tune or things like that, you have to go HP because Diablo tunes are locked and there's very little. There are some parameters you can mess with in those Diablo tunes, but for the most part, they're locked down and you can't really change anything too significant. So if you're gonna tune yourself or try and learn tuning, HP is your best bet. Bruce, Lexan, and the new Mag. Yeah. Jay, I'm gonna hit the lottery to buy back Chrysler Company. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see, we got 5 minutes here. He's paying someone, Jay. I don't have any. What I'll be doing if I want to do it myself. Yeah, I would go Diablo. It's just so with HP you have to have a separate laptop, where Diablo, just the tuner itself, you're good to go. So that's a little easier with Diablo than it is HP. But I mean, you're good with either. You need one giant tire in the back like the Flintstones. Yeah, right. And that's a good point, Jay. You do need to talk to your tuner, because some tuners will only do HP, some tuners will only do Diablo, and some tuners do both. Together we have $20 for the purchase. Buy once, cry once, go HP. Yeah. But like I said, you can go either way. Eric, I used to do tuning before. Got hurt in the car accident. Oh gosh, sorry to hear that, Eric. You know what, Bruce? I'll chip in 22. So now we've got $60 to buy to buy them out. We almost have one share, boy. Oh, that's awesome. Well, that is true, Jay. I've tried it several times and I haven't got it to work. I haven't got it to work. So maybe I need some training, Jay, because I couldn't get it to work. All right, folks, we're pulling down the last 2 minutes. You guys finally kicked in. It took me a few minutes. It took me a few minutes of boxing you people to get me to talking for an hour, but we did it once again. Dean Broski bake sale. Right? Yeah, let's have a bake sale. I'll put out some lemonade in the front yard and see if we can make enough to get maybe 2 shares instead of just one. That's good, Broski. That's funny. It would be great if actual car folks owned Chrysler. Yeah. And a car bake sale and a car wash. Yeah. What kind of brownies do you make, Bruce? That'll determine how much we charge for. If you make those brownies, we may have to charge a little extra. Don, you need MPI3 to do it. They claimed it was there on the 2, but it isn't. I got you. Yeah, Eric, thanks, buddy. Hit that like button, everybody. What are y'all waiting on? But it is 10 o'clock, folks. Y'all know I love to cut this off at 10 o'clock. Well, it's 9:59, so it's time to call it quits for tonight, folks. I appreciate y'all chiming in. I appreciate y'all, sitting through the chat. I appreciate y'all sitting through all the videos. I just appreciate the support. I really do. You are the folks that keep me going, keep me doing these things, keep pushing me to push the limits of the 5-7 for the 5-7 community. Arm flex there. Mopar Packers and gold. Right. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. I wish there was a better way for me to express my appreciation. But again, you folks are the ones that keep me going. And y'all go out there and watch Jay's videos too. Jay's got some good stuff out there. But don't forget to watch my videos too. Or just put it on the computer and let it roll. Let it roll through those ads. But I appreciate it. We got some big things coming. So stay tuned, folks. It may take a little while, but we got some big things coming. But that's going to do it for this, folks. Until next time, adios. Y'all be safe and have a great night.